Hey guys, what is going on? This is JackAttack45, and today I have a Narchi, or Narky, hopefully that's how you say his name, in his E-100. Now this is the tier 10 behemoth of a German heavy tank, and this is the tank that one of the tanks that I definitely want to get when it comes to tier 10. I'm hoping that the E5, T110 E5, or the T62A are going to be one of the two first tier 10s that I get, but the E100 is definitely up there as well. I mean, look at how massive this thing is. It is just insanely big, and of course, it also has an insanely big gun as well. 235 penetration on the AP rounds with 750 average damage, which is just insane. And then a lot of people actually fire a lot of heat in this tank. 334 millimeters of pen with 750 damage. So, I mean, this tank, it's massive. It's got crazy good armor. It's got a crazy high alpha gun, and yeah. It's pretty darn good. One of the best things about this tank is the side scraping ability. This tank has crazy good armor. Like I said, the turret cheeks, actually you can see right. Oh, I have this thing now. I have a new mod where as soon as I pick control, the map comes up, so I really don't know how I'm going to fix that. But the turret cheeks are the weak points on the turret, so if you can angle and use your turret effectively, it is very good. We're going to look and see what Mr. A. Narchi here is looking at, and he is going to actually not hit that shot. I think that one bounced off the T54, and I'm very much enjoying my T54. Very fun tank to be playing. But with 9.1 coming out, there are some changes to maps and changes to a few tanks. The scout matchmaking is a little bit more forgiving now, which is cool. I like that change. And IS-8 just discovered that it is not very fun to go in front of an E-100. But I'm really enjoying the 9.1 changes. I have been enjoying the last few days of playing here, and I've actually been working a lot at the Armor Museum. If you guys haven't seen my Project Patton videos, make sure you go check those out. I have been working over there a lot, not playing as much World of Tanks just because, you know, I've been doing so much at the Armor Museum trying to get this tank ready for the show. And we're actually moving the tank out on Wednesday, moving the Patton out on Wednesday and taking it down there. So I'll probably have a video for you guys on Thursday moving the Patton, which will be a pretty fun video. And then also have videos while I'm down there at the show, and I'll do a few more commentaries between now and then. Hopefully I'm able to access my 9.0 replays. I did move over the client version to make sure that I could try to get the 9.0 replays, because I still have a lot of mastery badges to show you guys on a lot of different tanks and do some different reviews and stuff like that. So there is Narky showing how bouncy the turret can be, and that E100 turned his turret away for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but that was not a good idea against another E100, and he actually did 840 damage to him. And that E100 is actually firing heat at him, and it bounced. And let's go check and see. And Narchi still actually has AP loaded, so props to him. That was actually a really good shot as well. But as you can see, the heat bounced right above his gun mallet, and there was the heat. You hear that sizzle coming from the other E100, and ooh, Narchi is not making a very good play right now. Got hit in the side by the Waffenträger, and that was actually another AP round. So he is sticking to AP right now. He's now actually switched to heat. That's what I would have done originally, because this is a tough situation for him. He is basically holding the town by himself pretty much. There's 3 tanks right here that could all do lots and lots of damage to him. So what he wants to do is he wants to try to put that into the cheek of his turret, and there's the weak point right there. Good shot, almost missed, but ended up with a nice shot there. And that E100 actually puts another heat round into the side of his whole armor. I'm not really sure why he's doing that. That's kind of silly. It's not going to go through in that situation, and that E4 just learns how crazy this E100's alpha is. Now, the E100 is going to be side scraping once again. Good play by Narchi there. He's showing you guys how to side scrape an E100. You want to get a pretty steep angle on this tank just because of the armor. And if you can get that steep angle like that, it actually works pretty well. The side armor is very, very good. And if you can hide your lower plate like Narchi is here with this little building in front of him, this other E-100 is not going to be able to penetrate him, and he just keeps shooting his tracks. So good play from Narchi here, pretty much taking down the E-100 by himself. He's already done 2,300 damage, and it looks like he's about to finish him off. Very well placed shots there. So he switches back to AP. He's already done 5,421 damage. So good job so far. Switches back to AP, realizing that the M103 is not going to be looking at him. And that's a good play there. And the IS-7 actually just decides, hey, you know, Narchi, you just took out basically the whole team, or the whole enemy team over here. I'm just going to come over here and hopefully clean up. So they are actually capping. Now, that is going to be interesting because the enemy team does have a T-30 and an IS-3 pushing that other side. And, ooh, that M103 backed up a little bit too much, and he is actually going to take 840 damage from Narchi here. And great play from Narchi. He is recognizing the fact that he wants to kill everything. He does not want to cap out. He's realizing that the only tier 10 left in the enemy team is a T-92 who actually just killed the IS-7, so that's unfortunate. But he's also realizing that the IS-3 and the T-30 of the enemies are pushing to the west. Now, the only thing between him and the artillery is a couple of tank destroyers. Now, that might be a problem because they can pen his lower glacis if they're shooting well, and they're probably going to have shoot premium as well. But this T-28 prototype does not have a good time. He was actually turned completely away, and that shot was not even close. And he bounces the Waffenträger and the Ferdinand, so nice job there. The Panzerfaust actually bounces him, and he's able to side scrape back. The Ferdinand is still just hanging out, and nice snapshot there. That was probably going to go through pretty much anywhere he hit the Ferdinand. Ferdinand, tier 8 tanks, or armor is really not going to hold up in that situation. But he still only has 1,200 hit points, so it's not that much. He's definitely still enough to take a few shots, but he got very lucky there that the T-92 only splashed him, only 143 damage. And he does have about 35 seconds before that T-92 reloads, so he's trying to make use of that, trying to get these guys to shoot into his side of his hole, and it's worked pretty well so far. He obviously hasn't taken much damage other than the artillery, and he actually bounces one there. The Ferdinand has actually moved up, and bye-bye, Mr. Ferdinand. So already 8,240 damage. When you have 750 alpha, like Mr. Narchi has right here, it is pretty awesome to see when you do those, 800, 900 damage shots. And there's another shot right into the Panzerfaust. 910 damage. Man, I can't wait to get this tank. It's going to be a fun tank. And then the T-28 prototype, perfect side scraping from Narchi, and he is not going to let this T-28 prototype shoot him anywhere where he can pen him, and good job there. Finish him off. Now, what's going on with the rest of the team here? It's 10 to 12. The rest of his team is basically just dying behind him. The E-75 and the Jagdtiger have split up. I have no idea why they would ever split up. The artillery is still shooting here at the E-100, and Narchi is I would be kind of worried in this situation just because of the fact that there's two American artillery left, and they can take him out relatively easily. I mean, he's only got 1,000 hit points left, and the T-92 can, if it pens, do 1,900 damage. So he's got to watch out for that. The M53-55 is also crazy good tank or crazy good artillery as well. So he's definitely making an interesting play here. But what he wants to do is try to kill off the tier 9 German TD, because if he can get this guy out of here, wow. The Waffenträger wasn't even looking at him, and there it is. The artillery hits him, does 400 more damage, so he's got to be careful here. He's trying to get in an artillery color, but that was a good play there, killing off the Panzerfaust. So now E-75 is still capping the base. I'm not really sure why, but the T-69 is moving in, the T-30 is moving in. So what Narchi is going to do is go back and try to help this E-75. He did get spotted there, and that's very unfortunate. He's out in the middle of nowhere. He needs to get his tracks back up, and he actually repairs there. Still has his repair kit, and now he's down to 300 hit points. So basically anything can one-shot him here, except for the T-69, obviously. T-69 is going to have to put 2 shots in him, but since he's an autoloader, it is gonna be no problem for him if he's loaded that heat. So now we have an interesting situation. We have 4 versus 1. Narchi already has 6 kills. So if he gets all 4 of these kills, he's gonna have a Pools medal in an E-100. So this is gonna be interesting. We'll see if he can do it. Basically, what I would be thinking here is T-69's one shot. That's exactly what Narchi thought. He's got to get him out of there, got to get him out of the cap. Now the T-30 is a very slow tank. The E-100 is slow, but not as slow as the T-30. The T-30 will probably be still outside the town, maybe trying to go into the cap, but he does know where Narchi is, so I would assume he's moving to try to intercept him, and there's the T-30. Now, what does this mean? The T-30 has spotted him, proxy spotted Narchi, and that is not good at all, because as soon as he goes out of this alleyway here, the T-92 and the M53, 55 are going to be aiming right for him. So what Narchi needs to do, get some space like he's doing here, well done, and then he's going to actually wait and see if the T-30 comes around the corner. Now, if I was the T-30 in this situation, I would not come around this corner, but I would assume... Oh, good play, good play. So this is what actually, if I was the T-30, what I would do is go back around, and that's what Narchi predicted. But then the T-30 actually sneaks around and gets into the cap. Now I'm not sure about this play because you know where he is. That's a very interesting play from the T-30, but he's going to be able to finish him off. Great snapshot there. The T-30 really had no chance. I'm not really sure about that play. Oh. Just telling him where you are like that, I don't know about that. That was an interesting play from the T-30, but Narchi's going to take advantage of that and finish the T-30 off. So he's already done 11,139 damage, and the T-30's turret was... That just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't really understand that play from the T-30. He is a pretty decent player, but I just don't understand why you drive into the cap and then face your turret away. I guess he thought that Narchi was going to come around like over here. But I mean, I don't know. Whatever. Let's not worry about the T-30. Amazing play so far from Narchi. He's got 8 kills, and what he's doing here is pretty smart. He's making the artillery come to him. Now, in this situation with 300 health, I would do the exact same thing, because if you drive into the enemy spawn, one of the artillery might spot you, the other one's going to be able to finish you off because he's not moving. But in this situation, one of the artillery has to move and try to come get you. Now, the M53 is actually going to try to flank around and hopefully not hit Narchi. Oh my goodness, that snipe. Wow, great snipe. And that was a ballsy shot because the E-100's reload is about 15 or 16 seconds, so... Very ballsy shot on the M53, 55 there. And now the T-92 has to definitely come back because Narchi did not get canceled there. He still has enough time to cap, which is smart. Staying in the cap where he has an advantage. And the artillery obviously cannot turn as fast as Narchi can with his turret. So he's got 300 hit points left. One guy to take out, 9 kills, 11,589 damage. And can he finish it off? Now, there's a great situation here for Narchi because Narchi is in the cap, and if the T-92 does not make a move on him, he will lose the game. So the T-92 is kind of in a pickle here. Obviously, the E-100 has the advantage here, and the T-92 is actually going to look to try to go around, which is a smart play. Try to break the proxy spot distance, try to get around, and now Narchi's not really sure where he's going to be coming from. So good play from the artillery, trying to make the most out of this very dire situation. Now Narchi is doing the smart thing here. He is backing himself up to what he thinks is somewhat of a corner. Now, I might just stay behind the building in this situation, but he is trying to get a jump on him through these arches. So not too bad a play here, and especially because at this point in time, if you have 9 kills and 12k damage, I mean, you got to be sitting there, your hands got to be shaking a little bit. You're probably not thinking 100% straight with only 300 hit points left and 1 artillery to kill for your Pools medal. So Narchi making a good play here. I can't really blame him. I'd probably do the same thing. Try to sit in the cap, force the artillery to come to you. You only have 300 hit points left. That T-92, if he even splashes you, he probably will be able to kill you. So the artillery makes a smart play here, comes around behind. Oh my goodness, and Narchi dodges the shots. And then he misses. Oh my goodness, he misses the shot. That actually looked like a little bit of server lag there. and it looked like the aiming reticle was on him, but it looked like he might have actually just missed. And then he goes out of the cap, so Narchi is putting all of the marbles on the table here. He is going to try to take this guy out, try to get his pools medal. He does not care what happens to him. He just wants to get his pools medal. And I'm not really sure if I would have done the same thing, but this is a very ballsy play, and it pays off. So he has the butts of a T92 and finishes him off. 12,000 damage, 10 kills. Oh my goodness, let's go on over to the score screen. And here we go, Mr. Narchi's. Oh my gosh, the score screen of this game. Top gun, steel wall, high caliber, Delanglis medal. I don't even know how you say that, but that is for destroying at least 4 enemy vehicles while they're attempting to capture. And of course, the pools medal. This game was insane. 22 out of 23 shots fired connected, and he penetrated 19 of those shots for a total of 12,089 damage. That was a 38,000 win 8 game. Awesome, awesome, awesome game from Narchi, and that was just insane. The next highest damage on his team was 2,000. The next highest damage on the enemy team was 3,600. So Narchi just went crazy. 12,000 damage, and that is how you carry a game. 1,600 base experience, 10 kills. Obviously, he ended up making 148,000, but that was with a mission payout. So crazy, crazy game. Oh my goodness, I can't even believe that. I am very excited to get this tank. I want to have a game like that, obviously. Well played to Mr. Narchi, and amazing, amazing play. Guys, I hope you did enjoy the video today. Make sure to drop a like if you did. This has been JackAttack45, signing out. Peace.